I'm in essence like a Braxton. I understand their dynamic. I have several sisters, so I know exactly what's going on. So much pain in the midst of this. We'll go oldest to youngest. Tony. Tony is the superstar, the legend, the icon. Also the oldest. If it wasn't for her, they wouldn't have the platform. So she's given a grace as the oldest. So they do realize that without her, she's the foundation of everything, right? So when Tawana said, if I'm so jealous, wouldn't I be jealous of Tony? And it's harder to be mad at her because she has more of a low-key kind of personality. But let's be clear, you resent that you're not in the spotlight. Okay, now to Tawana. Now, people have said many times that she's jealous. I do believe she's jealous of Tamar. I knew this effort was a problem a while ago. It was in particular when she tried to act shy when they had that meeting and Trina and her husband was there with she and her now husband and what is her name? I can't remember. And Tracy said, I don't know this man from Jack from Jingles, and she was trying to be super composed. Right, yeah, I knew there was a problem back then. That as well as she tries to position herself as the voice of reason. Here's the thing, the person that's normally the voice of reason is normally also the queen of chaos. Because while they're so calm, they're gently hyping other people up to do their bidding. Sound about right, doesn't it? Because what I don't think that she understands, Trina is basically being manipulated by Tawana. Why? Because Tawana needs a second. Because then it's not just her. Trina feels that way too. And does Trina really feel that way? Or does Tawana help Trina feel that way? Because with two sisters, at the time there were 5. So 3 out of 5 pretty much win. So if you already have one steadily by your side, it's not going to take too much to try to get one more person to agree. Especially if your issue is with Tamar, who has a very big personality. Tamar basically made it easy for them. Tamar basically made it easy for Tawana. Now, what I don't understand is why people are not upset with Tony is because Tony said, if they weren't my sisters, they wouldn't be my friend. Now, I'm not judging because I understand that shit. I mean, it's real. If you think about it, would you really fuck with your family like that? And she also said if I wasn't responsible for them, my career could have soared because she feels responsible for them. And she also feels limited by them. They put a weight on her that was not her responsibility. And their parents let it happen. So yeah, Tawana has a problem with Tamar, but she also has a problem with Tony, but she can't vocalize it. And she doesn't have a problem with Trina or Tracy, or had a problem with Tracy, is because they didn't necessarily have what she wanted. Now Trina seems to be low-key or whatever, but what I don't understand is this whole issue with her niece. I'm not gonna get too far into that, but what I don't understand is when Gabe died, her current husband was like, I'm not understanding this amount of whatever you're going through, especially with the revelation that this is the man that was inappropriate with your niece. I'm confused by that. But this is how you know Trina is Tawana's puppet. Because when Tamar said, and I paid your down payment, the look on Trina's face like, wait, what? Like you didn't tell me that. Why would she be surprised if they talk and tell everything? Why did you leave that part out? And then the look on her face when Tawana was allegedly reading her with the allegation. Oh, and let's go back to the original when Tamar said to Tony, that Tawana's your best friend. Again, you have the 3. You have the power of 3. See how that works? So again, Trina may be cool, but she's being manipulated by Tawana. That's my personal opinion. Now, damn it, Tamar. Jeez. Tamar is good for television, and she has a big personality. Remember when Tony said, on Ayanla, that she's always been this way and she wished she wasn't, and Ayanla was like, so you basically don't want her to be herself? Without understanding, this is the dynamic you all put her in. As the youngest, you want to be heard. You want to have your opinion valued. And if not, you can get louder. You can get a little more exuberant to try to be heard. And I do believe I heard her one time saying that she was crying and fighting for her position because they didn't give it to her. Or not see her as the adult she is until it's something they wanted. Shall I explain more? Tony didn't value her opinion, but she took the money to help them take care of their mother, before she married Vince. But you don't value who she is, but you took her money. Tawana has a problem with you, but she took your money for the down payment. Didn't that seem odd? They want what you can provide, but then they want to be resentful of you for it. I don't think Tony resents Tamar. Tawana definitely does. Now for Tamar, understand your family can love you, but also understand there's a place between love and tolerate. And their love is battling on tolerate, because love doesn't act like this. Now, here's the thing. Also, when your mother went to the hospital, what did you do? Your first thought was to pick up and to Inform your sister. They don't love you the way you love them. And I need you to understand that. And I need you to stop for yourself, for your sanity, and for your child. I'm not saying don't love them. I'm just saying love them differently, like from afar. Don't ask and one for and thing. Sister time, sisterhood, nothing. Because if they wanted to give it to you, they would have. You would not have to ask for it. How they call each other? They could call you, but they choose not to. That's their prerogative. Just notice it. No, just know it and move on. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It just is what it is. And for God's sakes, I know you're good for making television, but outside of television, if you're not getting paid for it, don't cause any more controversies with any other people, because it makes your narrative harder to absorb if you're battling and bickering with everybody. Okay? Say that for TV when you're getting a good point. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that. I haven't even touched on the parents, but understand there's something there with the parents. But I ain't talking about folks' parents, but just know what parents allow festers. And they've been doing this for too long that it was not interrupted. And also, if Iyanla Van Zandt and T.D. Jakes couldn't get that shit straight, this ain't new. Because at this point, there's no longer a reason to talk about Tracy's pain because Tracy's no longer here. But Tracy was resentful that they left her. And Tracy could never get over it. And I understand. But they don't see Tamar for leaving them. They're mad that Tamar left the way you left Tracy. Hypocrisy much. Share your thoughts and comments below. What do you think?